the city is still. I'm from the city is still.
Folks, please put your hands together, give it up for Landry!
Hello, everybody. It's a pretty good turnout. A lot more people came than I thought they would. Really? He's gonna ruin my self-esteem right out the gate? I haven't even told a joke yet, Wesley. I stayed for your dancing! It's good to be here, man. I am from Canada. I guess they got us on a discount for this cruise, so I heard there's some Canadians here. Wow, our entire military. Oh. If you guys are on vacation, who's protecting Quebec, right? I live in the States now. I moved down south. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. I just ate at the Cracker Barrel for the first time the other day. Yeah, not because I never wanted to, just because I wasn't sure if I was allowed to. I'm gonna let that simmer for the slow people, all right? Because the Cracker Barrel, man, it's an interesting restaurant. You walk in the front door and I gotta fight your way through a yard sale, all right? Sat down, ordered myself a country breakfast. Came with grits. You guys know about the grits?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. It's my first time eating hillbilly hummus. Oh, my gosh. Haven't had anything that tasty since my first grade paper mache class. Just breakfast with a side of arts and crafts. If you let it sit, it turns into a concrete aggregate. Just take it home and regrout my kitchen backsplash. Who needs the power of the Home Depot when you have the power of Satan's porch? I feel like I started too hot tonight. I'm gonna take a step back here. I appreciate the negative body language up front, sir. Thank you. Just mean mugging me with the friendly body language of a Russian cage fighter. I appreciate that. Thank you. This is good. That's a great mustache. Look like the front of a Pringles can. Look at you, sir. I'm getting hungry just looking at you. Where are you from, my friend? Dallas. Oh, Texas. That's a great place. I've been to Texas. I like the South, man. I've been all over it. Is it your first cruise? Not your first cruise. You've cruised before. How many cruises? 11. That's good. Is this the longest cruise you've ever been on? No, me neither. 21 days. That was my longest cruise. It went down and through the Panama Canal. I don't know if you guys know this about the Panama Canal, but it was created in 1914. As were most of the passengers. The average age was 87 years old. It was the most fun cruise I've ever been on. We had 500 scooters on board. You think the traffic in your hometown is bad? You got a 6-car pileup in the buffet. Everybody converged on the prunes at the same time. Nobody was regular that week, nobody. They'd all plug in at night and the lights on the ship would flicker. And by night, I mean bedtime. And by bedtime, I mean 6:05 p.m. I know a lot of you thinking, Landry, how do you know they go to bed at 6:05 p.m.? Well, because they're all at my show that started at 6. I got this heckle from one lady. I thought this was gonna be bingo. No, ma'am, that's after my show. Well, if somebody doesn't start pulling out some balls soon, I'm leaving. I don't think that's what you want, ma'am. That's how you get fired from Royal Caribbean. You save that kind of behavior for Carnival, right? It's a fun cruise, man. I learned a lot that week. I learned that on land you can get charged with drinking and driving on a bicycle. Did you know that? You did. But did you also know that on a cruise ship, you can drink as much as you want on a motorized wheelchair and nobody says anything? I learned that in a casino. This lady drove right to the side of a slot machine. I thought she had a stroke, but then she started to laugh, so I started to laugh. And she was like, I guess I'll just play this one. And that lady was my mom, yo. Took my mom on this cruise. She bought what is called the unlimited drink package. And I'm here to tell you folks that the cruise ship industry lost some money that week. My mom was like, let me get this straight. I can drink as much as I want, and if I pass out, a small Filipino man will carry me back to my room. Where do I sign up? It's gonna be the best vacation ever. They never cut her off. They're just like, here's another drink, stay away from the edges, all right? I'm trying to show people pictures of the vacation. They're like, oh my gosh, your mom looks so happy. And she's not happy, she's hammered, man. They're like, well, how bad could it have been? I was like, well, for starters, my mom doesn't own a motorized wheelchair. She commandeered one on the high seas, like a Somali pirate. She might as well have been driving around saying, I am the handy captain now. Our first port was Nassau, Bahamas. Like that place, man. We did something called the fish spa. I don't know if anybody's ever done that before. It's like an all-natural pedicure, right? So you put your feet in the water, these little fish come and they nibble on your feet. They eat all the dead skin off your feet, which sounds disgusting. But I will say you can learn a lot about a person's foot maintenance by the way the fish react. This lady sat next to me, she put her feet in the water like all the fish went to her. Like the most fish ever. They were jumping in from other tanks. And then 5 minutes later, they're all laying at the bottom of the tank. It's a lot of hill to get through in one sitting. Then we went to Key West. I do love me some Key West. They got wild chickens. You know that, sir? Key West, they got wild chickens running around. You can't touch them. They're protected by the government. You hit a chicken with your car, you go into jail. And they know you can't touch them. They just walk around confident, just with their chests out, just right through the parking lot of the KFC. What you gonna do? Nothing. Just watching their cousins getting taken out in two-piece caskets. Should have moved to Florida, Jeff. Then we went to Mexico. I love Mexico. That's one of my favorite places to vacation, man. A little nerve-wracking at first when you get there because you got the military guys with the machine guns and the dogs, and they smell your bags because they don't want you bringing any drugs into Mexico. They want to make sure you use theirs. That is a party place right there. I asked the bartender what the legal drinking age was, and he told me $1. Good to see you back, Wesley. Thanks for coming back, buddy. 7 years old, right? That's always good. Kids in the front row, 7. That's like performing at Chuck E. Cheese. Mike, I've been trying to hear, I'm listening to the laugh. And this is Mike, this is my buddy Mike. You'll see him out on the shows. He's very funny. He has a great laugh. It happens about 3 seconds after everybody else's. So you will all hear it at some point this week. You're back-to-back cruising. You didn't bring the wife tonight. No, she's in the room, right? Yeah, all right. That's cool. That sounded almost like she's tied up, Mike. That was the kind of laugh that I don't feel comfortable with. Your wife's in the room, isn't she? She's always in the room. Can somebody go check on his wife, please? You see, that's what happens when you don't eat your vegetables, Wesley. Do you eat your vegetables? I feel like you do, yeah. Good for you, man. I didn't eat them as a kid. They used to leave them on my plate, and then my grandma used to hit me with that one line I'm sure at least half you've heard here before. Oh, you know there's starving kids in Africa. And I was always like, lady, there's starving kids at this table. This food sucks! Don't do that, that'll get you in trouble, man, all right? So 7 years old, do you know what you want to be when you grow up? You do already. What do you want to be? A what? A crew member. That's what you want to be when you grow up. A crew, like a crew member on this ship? You want to be, you got to shoot higher, kid. No, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. But you're 7. It gets better than this. Be an astronaut or something. You got time to be imaginative. No. I want to be you. I feel like you're just mocking me, Mike. It's not a real laugh. Can somebody take out his batteries, please? I only have 10 minutes left. I'm trying to do comedy here. I I gotta go talk to these people for a second, Mike. How you doing, folks? This is family, isn't it? Yeah, where you from, man? Vancouver. Oh, very cool. So you're going to Hawaii, you're gonna stay there for a while, or you coming on back? Few days, good for you, man. I fly back probably like 3 hours after we get there. I gotta go back. I'm working in Vegas, so I have to fly back overseas again. I'm flying on a good airline this time, Delta. I had the luxury of flying earlier on Spirit. Oh, has anybody else ever accidentally traveled on this piece of crap airline? I would have had a better experience on the back of a Pelican. Let me tell you that. Spirit Air is the dollar store of the skies. As soon as you step in, you realize you have made a horrible life choice. This is how they get you. If you sign up for the rewards program, they'll give you a ticket for $9. It's called the $9 Fare Club. But you get what you pay for. Like $9 worth of customer service, because they only hire people who hate people. The self-checker was broken, so I had to go to the counter to get my ticket, which apparently was a huge inconvenience for inmate 1576. Just trying to check in, man. By the way, love the throat tattoo. Don't know who Ricky is, but he's a very lucky man. She's like, you checking any bags? I'm like, no, just got this carry-on. She said, that'll be $59. I was like, man, the bag and its contents are only worth $56. So just do the bag away, save myself $3. Hashtag loophole. I get on the plane, this thing is falling apart. Captain comes on the PAs and goes, ladies and gentlemen, we're not gonna have any air conditioning because the plane's auxiliary power supply is malfunctioning. Oh, that's comforting. I'm on an aircraft with a dead battery. Thankfully, it was a stick shift so they could roll us downhill, pop the clutch to get it started. You don't get anything for free. There's no complimentary snacks or beverages on most other airlines. You gotta pay for everything, man. You want a can of Coke, it's like three something. $3, man. That's like 1/3 the ticket price. And that's how they get you. They sell you a cheap ticket and then they gouge you for everything else afterwards when it's too late to say no. I thought when they're doing the safety demonstration, they're gonna be like, in case cabin pressure is lost, oxygen masks fall from the ceiling. Put on the mask and pull on the cord. It might seem like oxygen isn't flowing. Because it's not. Swipe your credit card to start the flow of oxygen. If you're accompanying a minor, swipe your credit card before you swipe their credit card. And top it off, the dude next to me thought I was a terrorist, man. I guess that's what I look like when I'm uncomfortable, sweaty, and angry. It just screams Taliban right here. It's my jihad eyebrows. And it's funny to me because I'm from Canada. And I'm not saying there's not Canadian terrorists. But there's not, all right? Like, real tough getting your demands met with hockey sticks and maple syrup. This guy's a real jerk about it too, man. Got on his phone, he's like, I'm on the plane. Now, I was doing well until he sat me next to an Arab. So now I got on my phone and I was like, 5 minutes, boom! Do you believe in Allah? This is going to be a magnificent flight. I bought my ticket for $9. It's a very good price for 72 virgins. It's like 12 cents a wife. You cannot beat that. That's why you say hashtag loophole. I'm not allowed to fly in Spirit anymore, but it was worth the $9. So I'm having a good. This is gonna be a good cruise. I can already tell, man. You guys got great energy. I do another show. I do another 2 shows actually. Tomorrow night I have a show at 11:15. It's a little late, I understand, but you ain't got nothing going on the next day. 11:15 is an adult comedy show. Okay, you got to be 18 to get in. It's gonna be risque, no holds barred. I'm sorry, Wesley. But then I do another show at the end of the week that you can come to. All right, so you got to miss tomorrow. Let your mom come, have some laughs. She'll pick you up from your job. I'm having a good time with you guys. This is good. Are you recording this, sir? You mind tagging me on social media if you put it up? Will do. Comedian Landry. Comedian, what I do, Landry's my name. It's like laundry without the U. Please add me. I'm trying to get to 10,000 followers by the end of next month. I just need 9,300 more. Okay, sir. Do you have the Instagram, sir? No. All right, well, just do whatever you feel comfortable with, all right? Just write me a letter. send it to me on your carrier pigeon, all right? See, I know you're loosened up now. You're having a good time because you started the show like this, and now you're like, oh, you are invested, sir. Appreciate you, man. Are you? What's your name? I'm sorry, Derek. Nice to meet you, Derek. You have any fears, Derek? Fears like phobias? No, just stone cold killer. You said he's afraid of you? All right. I'm not gonna say anything about that because it's too early in the cruise. How many years have you been married? 42? Really? 42? It's 10 years less than Bob. Bob, that was great dancing, by the way. I don't know if you're still here, if you're at medical right now. That dude's sciatica's gonna be acting up tomorrow. That's what happens, Wesley. You're gonna start waking up with injuries one day. 7 years old, you wake up in the morning, you don't assess your body or nothing. Just good morning. Bob can't do that. That guy go to bed perfectly fine, wake up, torn ACL. All because he had a dream that he was running. And here's the worst part, Bob, he didn't even win the race. 52 years, that's a long time, man. 52 years. 42 is a long time, man. No phobias either. It's great. I have a lot of fears. I'm a hypochondriac. Public restrooms is my number one thing. I don't like using public restrooms. I can do like a number one, but any number higher than that, it's gonna be a real problem. It's amazing that there's people out there that are perfectly comfortable with using public facilities too. Like I was forced to use one the other day, right? I'm sitting there, I'm minding my own business, and some dude came in and sat in a stall right next to me, which is fine, I don't really care about that, but he just sat down. Like no preparation or nothing. Like I don't know about you, but when I go to the restroom in a public place, I build a nest, all right? I turn into a condor in there because my hamstrings are weak and I can't levitate like the women can. Women just hover like UFOs. Either that or they go in pairs and one acts as an anchor. The other one latches on to tinkle. I know your technique, ladies. We don't have that luxury as men, like, we gotta use the paper. I even put some paper on the water to act as a silencer. Because I'm in public, I don't want to sound like I'm dropping bombs on a coastal village from 30,000 feet. Plus, it decreases the probability of splashback. You don't want the splashback. That'll ruin your whole Hanukkah right there. Thank you, just one clap from the darkness. That's how you know you're killing as a comedian, just... Alright, well, I got the light, which means I gotta leave. No, we're gonna do this tomorrow. Everybody come back tomorrow at 11:15. We'll have a really good time. Wesley, nice to meet you, buddy. Bob, congratulations. Thank you guys. Enjoy your cruise. I'll be around the ship. Thanks so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, right out from Landry.